I've had the Hasselblad 500cm for about 3 years now. I got off one through eBay through an auction. I got lucky for a relatively cheap one, and this is my one and only 500cm. I've been able to build it out. Got this prism viewfinder. Got another lens. I got another film back, and it is something that I will keep. And it is such a very great camera to keep because it has taught me different things that I wouldn't have gotten have I just stayed with shooting 35mm film or just digital. And I have here with me a Hasselblad X1D Mark II as well, which I got lucky buying off used. These are very great cameras in their own right, very different uses. I believe as much as I love having the 500cm with me, it is very limiting in what you are able to shoot with it in a way. I mean, maybe that's just me, but for me, I've been able to narrow it down to shooting portraits, landscapes, and sometimes everyday life stuff. I can't, I don't know. I mean, if you do action, then I don't know, that would be amazing if you could do that on the Hasselblad. It's extreme. But yeah, this is my 500cm. I got two film backs. I think the benefit a lot of people could see with owning a Hasselblad is how modular everything is. I love that I could just, this is the waist level viewfinder that you can also buy separately. Everything is removable in its way. Like let's say this crank is also removable. I could get another one, a new one or a different one. And let's say the waist level viewfinder breaks. If you do ever drop it or you lose it, you could always get a new one. That has happened to me when my other waist level viewfinder fell off during a trip. And of course, lenses are removable. You could actually, for the CM models, there's the C one. You could actually remove the prism, or I mean the focusing screen, to get a different one, a brighter one. Still a little expensive, but yeah. And then I got the prism viewfinder. This is much, for me personally, this is much more comfortable with shooting portraits, and that is such a nice thing to have, being able to, but it is so big, and sometimes I would just bring a travel one, although the mirror does help with being able to compose faster. And one thing I've also loved about owning one of these Hasselblads is being able to switch the film backs whenever you want. Like let's say I am shooting black and white on the other film back. I have here two film backs, A12s, so they do 12 shots each. Let's say I want to do color on the other one, or positive film, and then black and white on the other one. I think the benefit I really saw with having these two film backs is being able to just switch on the go. I don't have to worry about finishing one roll to be able to get to the other one. So that's the choice you have with this Hasselblad 500cm. And of course, after 3 years, do I get tired of the shutter sound?
Nice.
No, it is still like the best thing to hear, even on shoots, with the flash, with the flash sound, like the beep, and then you would shoot with the everything about just like the how analog and mechanical everything is, just because there's no electronics. Everything is just so manual in a way where it's like the sound, even the crank when you're trying to roll in your film like this. That is such a nice feeling to still hear after so many years of owning this one. Yeah, the cons for me basically are you are limited about the capabilities of what you can shoot, but then it's up to you. Maybe you are able to adapt through it, but that's one of the things that I actually learned because of those cons from this Hasselblad. Since it only shoots up to 12 shots, there's also a 24 film back, but we're going to talk about 12 exposures. That's because that's the most common. I've been able to actually put down this camera, slow down, and let's say if it's a landscape, I just tend to be more patient, be more observant of what you are trying to shoot, especially with portraits and landscapes, where you get to just talk to the subject and just be able to, figure out what you want to do, because the 12 shots, it gets very expensive if you try to go over. If you can afford it, that's nice, but unlike digital where it's unlimited, that's the benefit of having these digital cameras. You're able to shoot essentially unlimited and not have to worry about price of getting it developed, buying another roll of film, which is about, I don't know, $10 per roll for this, for 12 shots, which is a lot of money. And then you have to develop it for, I don't know, here in New York, it's about like $8 just to get get a roll of black and white or color developed. So, those are the factors that you are that you got to consider when owning one of these film cameras in the modern times. Is, the prices are getting so high. But for me, just having this Hasselblad 500cm is such a nice camera to own. It is definitely not travel friendly, as you can see, compared with my 500cm. It is so small and compact, but they all do different things for different reasons, for different tasks, different purposes. And yeah, I continue loving to use this, not just as a camera or a tool as itself. It's also nice to look at. You can't deny that as a collector or camera. It's such a unique camera that everyone who sees it is immediately like, what's that? But those familiar with it are like, oh my god, that's a Hasselblad. But that is for me. This is my review of the Hasselblad 500cm. 3 years, I would say. It's whenever you get the chance to get a good one for a cheap price, definitely get one. It's an experience. It's definitely not for everybody, but I would definitely indulge you to try, because it is quite an experience and you get to learn a lot from this camera, especially with slowing down with how you shoot. Now, because of me shooting 12 shots on my Hasselblad camera, I get to just observe with my eyes first, and then actually that's affected with me shooting a roll of 35. 36 shots takes me about a week now, instead of just, I don't know, 2 days on like a busy day. But yeah, that is me. I will see you in the next one.